Hey guys, wow, this is a good, interesting day for me. It wasn't all good, so I'm just saying because this is the reason why I love trading. Every day is different, it was a great day in a sense of it was some action and it was um, a fun day to trade. So, but let's start off with the gap. We had an opening gap, and I'm gonna give you guys a trade that I do. I like to play the opening gap, and I never play the first minute, so I let that bar open and close, and then these are 1 minute bars, guys. So then I always play the second bar, and this is what I mean by nothing works by itself, and everything works in unison of when it's gonna happen. So we had this opening gap. So look at this. A lot of people say, "Oh, candlesticks don't work." I don't think they work by themselves. I kind of agree, but look at this candle. You know, whatever you want to call it, topping tail, whatever you want to call it, but that's the reason why I took that short, and that short paid beautiful. That was an outlier trade for me today, guys. So that was a great trade right off the bat. 1 minute into it, and I caught this thing and rode it pretty much all the way down and covered in these areas here. Um, 01. So that was a really good trade, and I added and went down. So that was a good trade. And then when that happened, of course, I'm going to use my Fibonacci's, and I'm going to have a short bias. Um, Pull back, guys. Pull back in these areas. Again, I'm looking for activity. So a lot of activity in these areas. I got short in this level here, and I hit. I hit my first two targets and added, and it came back and stopped me out, break even, no problem. So that was a break even trade. One winner, one break even. Broke through there, broke my bias line right here. So you guys know if you've been following my journal, I'm gonna flip my bias along from here to here. And this is where it got interesting because there was just a lot of activity here. Took a long here, added, came back, broke even. Um, yeah, I broke even because I got in somewhere in these areas, so I added and broke even. No big deal. So I got two break even trades. So I'm just paying commission right now, one outlier, which is good. Then I re-entered really fast at these areas here. So activity happened, buyers came in, they got overwhelmed. That's a full stop out for me. I fully stopped out, but then I re-entered here. And guys, I want to talk about that too. Um, a very key component of my strategy too is the re-entry. If the bias is still in place, I have no problem re-entering because my stops are pretty tight. 6 to 8 ticks, so that's a pretty tight stop. So in order for me to take advantage of nice, good moves, sometimes I have to be able to re-enter. So I remember I used to struggle with this in the past, but then I put together something a while ago where I do a lot of re-entering, and I don't care because my commission is pretty low, no big deal. And I caught this nice trade, this nice outlier trade here. Really not an outlier trade, but I added. I was profitable on all positions of my position on there. So that was a pretty good trade. I like that too. So now I got two winners, about two or three break evens, two break evens, and one full stop out. That's fine. And then I'm still long bias, so you guys know. But then when I caught it there, the long bias switch. And here's where the day got, when I mean interesting, here's where it got interesting. This is a lot of break evens coming down here, and I really started to give some of the profit back away, because I really didn't catch anything. Um, Came down, I got long here, and again I broke even, hit my first two, came back, added, and then broke even here. Re-entered in this level here, in these levels here again, same thing. I got fully positioned again, and it came back and broke even. So I got two break evens right there, and then in these areas here, I didn't get. I got a full stop out in these areas here. I took a long right in these areas here and got a full stop out. And then something interesting happened to me later that kind of ticked me off, but this trading. And then, yeah, I got a full stop out here, and it broke the bias line. So from that point on, I'm like, okay, I have a short bias. So, but as you can see, it was like two break evens, one full stop out. I actually start to give some of the profits back away, so to speak, from the two good trades I caught. And then even here, even when I flip my bias and start going short, um, let me see. Yeah, even when I flip my bias and start going short in these areas down here, like right up in here, I went short and then came back, added to my position, broke even again, re-entered, came back down, broke even. Just no, actually, yep, broke even again. Then I got in this position. I added. I got in this. I thought this was gonna go, and it went. It just didn't go fast enough. And then boom, boom, boom. Um, I I added, got all the way positioned, but I scaled out here. It was a profitable trade, but I missed the big move, guys. I missed this big. This is honestly, I missed this move right here, and this was the trade of the week. This could have been my trade of the week. I'd have kept adding on this thing and just let it kept falling and falling. But hey, it's trading. I missed it. After I got stopped out of here, I was looking for a re-entry. It wasn't clear enough. I kind of went on lunch around this time, and when I go on lunch, I turn my compute. I turn my platform off. I come back and I watch this happen. And then I look back at the price action. There was really no reason for me to enter short here. So I mean, I'm okay with losing, but that would have been a trade of the week for me. My trading plan, if I would have been entered here, I would have caught most of this move, but I didn't, and I didn't really care. It really didn't affect me. So as you guys know, I'm still short biased. There was no reason for me to ever even look long. Um, I got in here. And this is what I mean. I started to give some of these the profit back. Like I just kept getting chopped out of positions. Um, went short here, came back, added. Small winner here. I scaled out here. Market came back here. I re-entered here. Got a full stop out there. See, that's what I mean. It's an interesting day. Like I had two big winners, and everything else was just I was chopping back and forth, chopping back and forth. I had a winner up there, back there that was decent that I got out too early in, but then I did catch this towards the end of the day. I caught this right up in these areas here, 98, and then I scaled out right here at 95.5, and I added, and I got my full position back on after I scaled out. I scaled back on, so that was a decent winner. But I didn't catch the down draft. But for me, guys, it was a pretty interesting day. And that's why I really hunt the outlier trades because the outlier trades really saved me today. Like you can say 2.5 outlier trades, or one really nice one on the open, and then the one going long was a pretty good outlier trade, and this was a decent trade too. So I mean, those are borderline outlier trade. This is a borderline. The one I just took is an outlier trade, but it was still decent. And just so you guys know, I'm not sure if I said this already. I don't look at my profits on a day-to-day basis. Like I was always taught that one day doesn't make who you are as a trader because anyone can have a winning day. Um, I look at my profits on a weekly basis. So I don't. I just know how I'm trading and how it feels. And today felt like a profitable day. Um, but I can tell you that it was times in a day that I was giving it back, and it was pretty interesting. Um, and sometimes there was small winners, small reduced risk losses. But I felt like I was giving it back, and I just caught a few trades, and then I missed a trade of the week. But I'm not really too mad about that because when I look back on that particular trade, it was no clear cut signals for me to get short there. So I mean, I really can't be too mad. But it would have been nice if something would have came and popped me in the face, and I could have caught that short. But that's trading in a nutshell, pretty much. But I know I had a positive day. But that's just one of my mentors taught me. Don't look at your profits on a day-to-day basis because it can affect you to trade into the next day. Just pretty much, you know, look at your profits on a weekly basis. So after Friday, I look at my profits and see exactly how much I made per day. But, you know, I know it was a profitable day because of the couple outlier trades I traded. But everything else was small, reduced risk losses, small wins, a couple full stop outs. But, I said that's trading. But I'm gonna have a part two, small